Hey everyone, today on People Now, single, sober, and hotter than ever. This week's People cover story goes inside Brad Pitt's new life.
Jennifer Aniston gets real about growing up feeling unsafe and reveals who she credits for giving her joy today.
A new adorable baby for country star Thomas Rhett and Lauren Akins.
Gabrielle Union introduces 12-year-old Zaya to the world.
This is the best season yet because it's the best of the best.
Andrea is with Jeff Probst and all your favorite Survivor stars at the season premiere of season 40.
Woo woo!
Nah, baby, it's a love gun. I'ma hit you where it work.
CeeLo Green and Shawnee James are working through the tough stuff in their relationship on Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, and they're here to tell us all about it.
It's live today on People Now. Let's go. Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Andrew and I both home from LA, back in this studio in New York.
Yeah, missed the sunshine from LA.
Already,
I went to the Survivor event, the premiere. I got to see the first episode. It's so good, so I'm really excited
Looked
about
like
that.
a lot of fun, kind of reuniting with all your old friends.
Little pals, some of whom voted me out, so it's fine. It's fine.
It really must be kind of interesting, right? To kind of like, I mean, it's been a while, but still to kind of...
I mean, I'm not bitter about any of it. No, I'm just not bitter at all.
Everything's fine. Haven't even thought about it once. We're going to have more from Andrew's exclusive Survivor interviews later on in the show. And to celebrate the show's season 40 premiere, we want to know this. Which veteran Survivor will you be rooting for the most this season?
So is it Boston Rob? Maybe you're throwing it way back with Ethan. Are you rooting for Parvati? Or is Queen Sandra your pick? Maybe it's someone else completely. You can tell us that on Twitter. Vote in our People poll. Tweet us your pick with the hashtag PeopleNow.
And who did I meet? I just met Ethan, right?
Yeah,
in LA
he's
a couple days ago before I left. And he was the nicest guy ever. And has overcome so much. Like, what an incredible story.
He was on the third season of Survivor.
Right.
So now it's season 40, so he got to come back. So it's really cool to see these people that played so long ago.
Yeah, kicking it way back with him. That's really great. All right, we're going to check in on the results later on the show. For now, though, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Fourth time is the charm for Brad Pitt. He's not just this year's Oscar winner for Best Supporting Actor. He's also this week's People cover story, telling us that his Oscar for Best Supporting Actor is, quote, flattering, but also very humbling. In the mag, we explore the journey to Brad's big win, his family, his troubles with alcohol, and his decision to get clean. After winning the Golden Statue, Brad made his way backstage to give a hug to presenter Regina King. After taking a sip of water, he reacted to his win, saying, quote, I'm just trying to catch my breath. It's a welcome change from a period fraught with challenges for Brad Pitt. In 2016, after 2 years of marriage, Brad and Angelina Jolie split after 12 years together. The breakup really took a toll on the actor. He admitted to drinking, which contributed to troubles at home. He eventually quit drinking and actually credits Bradley Cooper for helping him through those dark times. Spending time in a men's Alcohol Anonymous program, Brad turned things around, focusing on his health and focusing on his kids. I actually spoke to Brad on the red carpet at the SAG Awards where he opened up about life right now, and here's what he told me.
What's the best thing about life for Brad Pitt today?
Well, it was a beautiful day here in LA. You know, we got it well. We got it really good. Yeah. It was just a beautiful day. I don't know.
What wakes you up and exciting in the morning?
I got lovely kids. I like my coffee. I like my dogs. You know, I have no complaints.
No complaints, and last year he returned to the silver screen with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and the space thriller Ad Astra, and we are here for this comeback. Loving the new Brad, right? We're going to have more details on Brad's career and personal life later on in the show, so stick around for that. All right, we move on now to Brad's very famous ex, also making headlines this week. Jennifer Aniston is opening up about feeling unsafe during her childhood. During a recent interview conducted by Sandra Bullock for Interview magazine, Sandra commented on how Jennifer has a, quote, way of pushing joy and positivity. Jennifer replied, revealing that her positivity, quote, comes from growing up in a household that was destabilized and felt unsafe, watching adults being unkind to each other and witnessing certain things about human behavior that made me think, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. Jennifer added that she has her parents to thank, going on to say, you can either be angry or be a martyr, or you can say, you've got lemons, let's make lemonade. Jennifer's parents, actors Nancy Dowell and John Aniston, divorced when she was 9 years old. Her mother died in 2016. But these days, Jennifer is enjoying life more than ever. On Tuesday, the actress turned 51 and received so much love from some of her famous friends and exes. Let's take a look at some of them now. Her ex-husband, Justin Theroux, posted this silly photo of Jen on his Instagram stories, writing, grabbing 2020 and another year, just like happy birthday, B. Let's see what's next. Jen's Friends co-star and new Instagrammer Matthew Perry posted a throwback photo with the caption, happy birthday, Jenny. Cute pic. That is way back. Here's one more. We're seeing double. Jennifer's other Friends co-star and real-life close friend Courtney Cox shared a pic of her with Jennifer rocking the same hair, the same glasses, the black top. Her message was so sweet. No matter how hard you might try, there's only one Jennifer Aniston. Happy birthday, my dear friend. I love you. And we love them together. All right, we're going to move on to this. Gabrielle Union raving over her husband Dwyane Wade's daughter, Zaya. In a series of heartwarming tweets on Tuesday, Union gushed over Zaya, saying in part, quote, "She's compassionate, loving, whip smart, and we are so proud of her." She added, "It's okay to listen to, love, and respect your children exactly as they are." In a video posted along with that caption, Zaya can be heard dropping some of her knowledge about being true to yourself while driving a golf cart alongside Wade. Watch this.
Just be true to yourself, because are you really even, like, it's what's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not? It's like you're not even living as yourself, which is like the dumbest concept to me. It's just like, be true and don't really care what like the stereotypical way of like being you is.
Later on, Wade asks his daughter, even when people are being mean, and Zaya replies that she knows it could get tough, but she thinks you just have to, quote, push through and be the best you. Union later tweeted a thank you to everyone who had helped them with resources, information, and encouragement, writing in part, "We are humble LGBTQ+ allies with a lot to learn and grateful for all the support." These tweets come shortly after Wade sat down with Ellen DeGeneres on her talk show and opened up about the moment Zaya came out to him and his wife. Wade told Ellen that he and Union take their roles as parents very seriously, so when their child comes home with a question or an issue, it's their job to give them the best information and feedback, and he says that doesn't change because sexuality is now involved. Wade also revealed that when she came out to them, he looked at her and said, quote, "You are a leader, and this is our opportunity to allow you to be a voice." All right, moving on to this story. Princess Beatrice is finally ready to share her wedding day plans after months of tension following her father, Prince Andrew's scandal. A source tells People that the wedding date was changed 2 times because of the scandal and adds that the wedding will be smaller than originally planned. There will also not be a carriage procession, which a royal source says is keeping with their wishes for a more low-key affair. Beatrice is set to wed financier Edoardo Mapelli Mazzi on May 29th. That ceremony will be held at St. James Palace in London, with the reception to follow at her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth's gardens at Buckingham Palace. Andrew will walk his daughter down the aisle, and Beatrice's future stepson, Christopher, who turns 4 in March, will also serve in the bridal party. That's pretty cute. Source adds that Andrew will probably give a toast at the reception and that the family will try to normalize this as much as possible. That's how they put it. In November, Andrew stepped back from his royal duties amid the fallout from his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. He was removed from his hundreds of charitable patronages, and his office was forced out of Buckingham Palace. Sources say he remains tight-knit with his family. And Andrea, you have more for us in Star Trek today.
I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with a new baby alert. This is so adorable. Meet Lennon, everybody. Thomas Rhett and Lauren Akins welcomed their 3rd daughter, Lennon Love Akins, on Monday. The couple both announced the happy news on Instagram on Tuesday with a series of photos that showed off their new bundle of joy. Lauren captioned her post, "Our early Valentine baby was born yesterday, February 10th, and our sisters couldn't be happier to finally get to kiss her little face." Lennon Love Akins, 9 pounds, 2 ounces, with lots of dark hair and blue eyes. We could not be more in love. These are such adorable pictures. I love this little family. Thomas shared the same photos and captioned his post in part, quote, "It was such a joy to watch this little angel be brought into the world. My wife is just incredible through the entire birth." He also noted his 2 daughters' excitement for their new sister, writing, "Watching our kids meet Lennon for the first time was probably the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Ada James and Willa Gray are going to be the best big sisters on the planet." In September, Lauren sat down with us and shared how the couple's eldest daughter, Willa Gray, will help with her new sister. Take a listen.
She's such a natural mother already. I see her mothering Ada James, and she will be my biggest help. I know she will. I will have her on running to get diapers and need some more wipes, or can you get her bottle? Can you watch her for 30 seconds while I walk out of the room for something? Willa Gray will own that. Ada James, I would not put it past her to body slam the baby. So
everyone's got their lane.
We're gonna have to watch her. We're gonna have to watch her for a little bit. She might be like, wait a second, this one's making me the middle child. Maybe, can we send her back? But right now they're really excited, and Ada James loves babies, but she's our wild wild one these days.
Yeah.
Lauren also told People that the idea of raising 3 girls sounded overwhelming, but that at that time she could already see how her girls were going to be a huge help with their baby sister, and it sure looks like it. All right, Kylie Jenner just got an adorable lesson in parenting from her 2-year-old daughter, Stormy. Take a look.
So we're watching Frozen 2 for the first time, and she's really into it because I just turned to tell her I love her. I said, Storm, I love you. You love me? And she said, shh, mommy. I was in shock. She's never done that before.
I love little Stormy. She's got a great attitude about things, shushing her mom. As you can see here, the two were snuggled together watching Frozen's Elsa and Anna, with Kylie filming a selfie video using a red cherry filter, as you do. Kylie went on to explain that Stormy obviously really loves the movie. These two are very adorable together. Kylie often shares these mother-daughter moments on Instagram. She recently posted a really cute video of Stormy singing her viral tune, Rise and Shine, into a pink microphone. Do you know how that song goes, Jeremy? Rise and shine. All right, that's how it goes.
Oh, wow.
All right, watch this. Noah Centineo is opening up about achieving sobriety after breaking out in Hollywood. The 23-year-old actor is gracing the digital cover of Harper's Bazaar, and in the interview, he spoke about using drugs from the time he was 17 to the day before his 21st birthday. He says there's a syndicate of 500 to 1,000 kids in the entertainment industry that are all trying to make it right now, that all they do Monday to Monday is party every night. The actor said his favorite thing to do with friends was, quote, take Molly and talk for 5 hours and get to the bottom of some really deeply philosophical, existential questions. He also admits that he used to try everything. He says, there wasn't really much I wouldn't do. I never ever injected anything, which is good. I smoked a lot of things. I was really upset. It was a really dark time in my life. In the interview, Centineo also opened up about his relationship with his current girlfriend. He admits it's the longest relationship he's ever had, and he tells Harper's Bazaar that she's very good at monogamy, and he loves monogamy as well. He trashes the idea of one-night stands, saying 90% of the time they're not good. Centineo returns to his role as Peter Kavinsky in the film To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You, which is streaming on Netflix now. Very revealing interview there. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. CeeLo Green is here with his fiance, Shawnee. They are talking all about their appearance on the latest edition of Marriage Boot Camp. Plus, Andrea has exclusive interviews from the premiere of Survivor Season 40. Stick around for that. All right, this season's Bachelor finale could very well be the most dramatic ending in Bachelor history.
Never heard that before.
For the first time ever. Peter Weber is down to just 4 women, and rumors are flying over who he's going to choose. But one person on Reddit has this theory that Peter doesn't choose any of them and actually ends up in a relationship with a Bachelor producer named Julie LaPlaca. All right, you ready for some alleged proof? Check out these posts on the gram.
All right, the Reddit post shows one Instagram picture of Julie with Peter in his pilot uniform.
Could this be a segment they're filming on the show?
Or they're friends. But the one that really has people talking is this one. Peter's father posted a photo from New Year's Eve where Julie is out to dinner with the Weber family in New York City.
If she's his main producer, it wouldn't be that weird for her to be around.
New Year's Eve with the family, Jeremy.
The thread also notes that Julie has been tagged in photos while wearing Seattle Seahawks attire, which is Peter's favorite football team.
That's a stretch. With just a few weeks to go until the finale, ABC's Senior Vice President of Alternative Series Specials and Late Night Programming, Robert Mills, spoke to Entertainment Tonight, saying he's not going to confirm or deny the rumor. He added, I don't know how we'd ever top that, though, but it is crazy.
We're going to feel pretty dumb if it turns out to be true, right? Because we're completely dismissing it. But anyway, during Monday night's episode, Peter and the 6 remaining contestants traveled to Peru. Hannah Ann, Kelsey, Victoria F., and Madison each received roses, guaranteeing them hometown dates, with Peter even telling Madison that he was falling in love with her. Natasha and Kelly were sent home.
I'm Team Maddie all the way. New episodes of The Bachelor air Mondays at 8 p.m. on ABC, and you can catch our weekly recap on Tuesdays. Now we move on to this.
It has been a whirlwind couple of months for Brad Pitt, who just won Best Supporting Actor for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Love him. He's also this week's People cover story. He's really been back in the spotlight during this award season, kind of soaking it all in. He took a step back from the spotlight after his divorce with Angelina Jolie. He was rarely seen in public.
Yeah, but he's really embraced award season and all the acclaim that he's gotten for his performance in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as a stuntman to Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Yes, so as we mentioned earlier in the show, he did have some trouble with alcohol, but has since quit. A source tells People he works out, he eats healthy, and attends therapy. The divorce was a huge wake-up call to him. The current Brad is a much better person than the Brad a few years ago. And another Hollywood insider says he's more at peace.
During award season, we all not only look forward to him winning, But really, also those witty speeches that he had.
Oh, yeah, he killed it. During the Golden Globes, Brad joked, saying, I wanted to bring my mom, but I couldn't because any woman I stand next to, they say I'm dating.
That was a great moment. And then during his speech at the SAG Awards, he joked that he'd be putting his award on his Tinder profile.
Then there were a lot more Tinder downloads after that. At the Oscars, Brad got emotional as he mentioned all the people who supported him along the way. He said, quote, listen, I'm a bit gobsmacked. I'm not one to look back, but this has made me do so. I think of my folks taking me to the drive-in to see Butch and Sundance.
I'm not afraid to admit that I Googled gobsmacked after he said it. Before breaking into Hollywood with early roles on Dallas and Growing Pains, Brad was raised in Springfield, Missouri by his parents, William and Jane. After studying journalism at the University of Missouri, 2 weeks before graduating, he actually headed off to LA.
But his life changed forever after being cast in Thelma and Louise as a hitchhiker who has a fling with Gina Davis. Davis says of her former co-star, quote, he just has it. I could tell when he was auditioning that he was super talented, calling his resurgence fabulous to see. He thanked her and Ridley Scott for, quote, giving me my first shot. He also thanked all the wonderful people along the way. And in a very sweet moment of candor, he added, this is for my kids who color everything I do. I adore you.
I actually really loved that moment. It was such a heartfelt, honest comment.
So beautiful.
Yeah, this year Brad brought his longtime manager to the awards, but his dating history is obviously well known, from Gwyneth Paltrow and Juliette Lewis to, of course, Jennifer Aniston, who he recently crossed paths with at the SAG Awards, famously.
Yeah, and backstage at the Oscars, Brad talked more about his kids and if they have a future in Hollywood, saying, quote, I want them to follow their bliss, follow their passions, what they're most interested in, so sure, why not? I love this new Brad. Great to hear from him.
All right, Shania Twain opening up about music and marriage in this week's issue of People. The country icon has been performing live in her Las Vegas residency, Let's Go, since December. She took a break from music to focus on her family and returned with her first album in 15 years in 2017.
She tells us that she decided to return to music because while she loved her life with her 18-year-old son, Asia, and ex, Robert Lang, she started thinking, quote, what am I going to do when I have an empty nest?
She also opens up about her Lyme disease diagnosis. She reveals that she had problems with her voice, but didn't want to do anything about it. She attributed her vocal issues to having fatigue and burnout. She says that it would have killed her not to be able to ever sing again. So as soon as she discovered a glimpse of hope, she ran with it.
But now all of that is in the past and she is performing again. She recently sang at New York Fashion Week. She told people her voice is a little gravelly, but she is good with it. Shania is glad that she can go on stage again and say, I'm happy with the way I sound.
Yeah, so Shania also opened up about her love life. She married her second husband, Frederick Thibault, in 2011 after her ex allegedly had an affair with Thibault's ex. So she told us that she's so grateful she found faith and courage to love again, because she says finding love again is the last thing you want to do when you are crushed.
She explains, quote, when you have a great loss, you lose faith, you get very discouraged. Shania points out songs have been written about people saying they will never love again, but she is glad that it got turned around for her.
Good for her.
Yeah. All right, it's been 13 years since the series finale of The OC, but despite their very busy schedules, Peter Gallagher says he's managed to keep up with his OC co-stars over the years.
In this week's issue of People, he tells us, quote, we try to get together, but it doesn't quite work out because someone has to go somewhere. But he says, I love those kids and I root for them always. Peter says that he has a lot of fond memories from that time in his life. He explains, saying, we really had something with that show, and the audience felt the same way.
On The OC, which ran for 4 seasons, Peter played Sandy Cohen, an altruistic attorney living in Newport Beach, California, with his family. They'd taken a needy teen played by then-newcomer Benjamin McKenzie. The series launched the careers of Rachel Bilson, Misha Barton, and Adam Brody. Peter says that when he saw the script, he thought, this is exactly what this country has been waiting for. He adds, it was just post 9/11. People were drumming up a xenophobia, a fear of the outsider. I thought it was giving into our worst instincts, and it was entirely un-American.
These days, Peter is busy with his new show, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. He says he responded to this project in a similar way to how he connected with the OC, explaining, quote, Zoe's is about what connects us. Everybody has a story. There's no way you can know what that story is by looking at them. I love it when I get to do something that has a place in the world that we're living in. For more from Peter Gallagher, pick up this week's issue of People on newsstands Friday.
Maybe I can misdirect the disrespect if I spit the best, but only respect, get respect. I'm naming you but not blaming you. I want to kill you with kindness and I'm aiming too, but not to hit you where it hurt. Nah, baby, it's a love gun. I'ma hit you where it works.
Love gun. Look out.
Love it. Our guests today are showing us how to make it work in their personal and professional lives. From Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, please welcome to People Now, Celia Green and Shawnee James. Hello.
Great to see you guys.
Yeah, that was really fun. We're going to talk about Marriage Bootcamp in a second. But first, it was just revealed, CeeLo, that you were the monster on The Masked Singer UK. Tell us about that experience. How hard was it to keep that secret?
It was pretty hard. I just had to just forget about it, and actually, I won't say that it was as hard as it would appear to be. We weren't allowed to tell too many people to begin with, so only my immediate circle knew. So
you knew?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I knew.
That would be tough.
No way he could be a big blue man for that long and I not know.
Right.
It was exciting though, so I kind of wanted to tell people.
Yeah.
Because so many people have suggested you should go on there. You'd be great on there.
It's kind of wild the response that has had, right? Like the show and just generally, like that reveal is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that I was cut out to do the show. I enjoyed it. I sung, well, I had the fortunates of being able to just kind of suggest some of the songs.
Okay, that's cool.
And yeah.
Well, let's talk about this Marriage Boot Camp. I mean, obviously, this is an intense, 10 days that you're going through this process. Yeah. And I just want to know, I guess the easiest question, or maybe the hardest, I don't know, what do you guys fight about the most?
Oh, man. Communication.
Yeah, it's just communication generally.
Yeah.
We fight about having to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, literally, like
why are we fighting about this kind of thing?
Yeah, it's the alpha male, alpha female thing.
Yeah.
So it's just this natural give and take kind of combustible quality.
Yeah, and why was going on this show the best option for you?
Going on this show honestly was the best option because we felt connected to the purpose, and we also felt, connected to the results that we saw the other couples have. It wasn't one of those shows that like we would sit down and like binge watch if you would per se, but we would look at it from time to time and go, wow, these people are walking out of this house totally different, like they're talking different to each other, they're listening to each other differently, they're addressing a lot of things that may have been going on in a relationship that they just needed a little bit of mediation on. And that's really why we went, because, after being together for 8 years, you really just need to kind of fine tune some things and maintenance your relationship.
It's one of those things where it's one of those reality shows that it seems like people really do actually get help on the way out.
Yeah.
Out the door, they are different than when they came in. When you walked in, the other people on the show went nuts. I mean, it's got to be an interesting dynamic to be revered by everybody there. Did you feel like maybe a little more responsibility to share your wisdom to some of the other contestants? Because we were just saying here before, there is a level where it seems like you guys have it together, maybe in ways that other people don't, maybe because you've been together longer, things like that. I don't know.
Well, we did talk amongst ourselves going into the situation, saying to ourselves and in prayer that if we could be blessed by it, then of course that would be
a blessing to us.
And if someone else could be blessed by either our example or our testimony or some advice that we could offer, then so be it.
Who did you connect with the most in that way?
I would say, and we weren't the senior couple. We have to give that credit to Adwoa and Styles, who are a great and loving, couple, and a very endearing story. And they've been married for 24 years. Wow. And so we kind of look to them, for some wisdom as well. Yeah. And
we connected with everyone. Like after the post show, we really bonded with Jocelyn and Ballistic.
Those two are so crazy on the show. I love it.
They're
so fun.
They're crazy in love, though. He's a great person. She's an amazing person, and we just, we both live in, we all live in Miami. So we were able to, have some time where we got to meet their daughter and, really hang out and get to know them even further.
That's fun.
Yeah, I love that you were able to bond with the other groups. I know, Shawnee, you usually work behind the scenes as a stylist.
Yes.
So how hard was it for you to put your personal issues out there so publicly?
It was hard in the beginning. I will say that, like you said, we came into the house, per se, kind of like with a strategy, and then that just kind of went out the window. After Dr. Ish and Judge Toller get their hands on you, it's like whatever you thought, they're going to throw every curveball at you. So then you just let your guard down. I'm a pretty open and honest person, so that part wasn't hard for me. It was just really trying to balance the two elements of it, which was I'm here to, grow with my partner, but then me being me, I also want to help. So I'm one of those people, I really do like, mentoring the younger people, or if there's something I can, lend an ear to or lend a voice to, I do that as well. So I really had to take it very, kind of personal for myself.
Yeah,
You know?
we really felt like we were definitely responsible for each other, but responsible for the platform. You know what I mean? We felt like we owed it to those who would be tuning in to be as transparent as honest and open as we possibly could, so we could, actually receive, the fundamentals of the whole point of it.
Yeah, and it's such an intense process. It is a boot camp for marriage and love.
Oh, it's serious.
What's your advice for people that are thinking of maybe trying the show?
Just go in it. If that's what you need, if that's where you are, go in it open-minded, open-heartedly, and just be willing to really, really, really do the work. I mean, like any other boot camp, you're gonna have to put all your muscles in it. You have to, separate the fear, from what you're gonna receive in the end of it all. I just feel, just trust the process. I just feel like, when you lean in, you end up just being uplifted.
Right, don't just tune in to see a train wreck. Commit to it as we did to get the solution.
I love that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Is there anything that you learned about each other that you did not know before?
A lot of things, some of the issues, because this is the thing, this is, as much as you think you have some self-control, that's when you're confronted with some issues like, oh wow, it has everything to do with me. So I got a chance to learn what some of her disposition may have stemmed from, some things that have happened in her childhood that we don't necessarily talk about. Maybe we've talked about early in our relationship, but it's not a reoccurring, thing.
Yeah.
It was
I got a chance to be reminded of some real things.
Sure.
Wow,
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
I was gonna say I learned a lot about him too.
Yeah.
In that way.
Let's switch gears to this here real quick before we run out of time. CeeLo, very excited. The third Vegas residency this summer.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff, obviously. Okay, as a stylist, do you do his looks? Is that
don't.
the okay?
That's been like
Check
one
her
of the-
out.
No, that's not the thing. But I'm sure you have an opinion, right?
I have an opinion, but honestly, people ask us that all the time, and he actually helps me more so.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm so focused on my clients and making sure that
Oh,
they're
right,
good.
yeah.
It's nice to actually have him just adorn me and be able to help me at times when I'm just burnt out from, fashion. So, he actually
I love that,
helps
actually.
me.
That's
a hobby-made career. We love clothes.
We
What
love
can you
it.
say?
Yeah, there you go. It works out, yeah.
I love all things fashion, men's, women's, you name it. Like,
Okay.
If something is nice, I got an eye for it.
That's perfect for you, right?
Yeah.
So,
Look, it was a match made in heaven. Yeah.
You're reuniting with Gnarls Barkley. Tell us what that reunion is like. I mean, that's got to feel pretty good.
It's been a long time coming because we have some diehard fans, and people are really excited to be hearing the news. I've been teasing at it for the last couple of years because we've been in and out, and things have been stalled out. You know what I mean? We're trying to get scheduling right, all of the politics, but now it's at a place of where we can finally commit and focus and get it done. And I will say this, we have a nice amount of music recorded.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I won't say it's an album's worth, and I won't say that it'll be the ultimate album, but we've got a good head start, so it feels good.
Yeah, very excited. All right, so before we go, you are in marriage boot camp, but you're not married. You've been together 8 years, engaged for 4. Are you hearing wedding bells in the future? That's something?
That's been the question.
He has to ring the bell.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a ping pong match in our house. Okay, you asked me to marry you. I said yes. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
In terms of love and commitment, bond, and I'm married to her. I feel like we're married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at some point, really, really soon, and we may not even announce it. I don't even know if I want to tell anybody.
All right, well,
we're going to make it official.
We'll see what happens. In the meantime, that ring's going to hold you over, I can
Look at that.
CeeLo and Shani, thank you for being here.
Thank
It's good to talk to you. Everybody, make sure to catch
Thank
Marriage
you.
Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on WeTV.
All right.
There you go.
An all-new episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey airs tonight. We sat down with 2 of the show stars, Teresa Giudice and Dolores Catania, to catch up on all the drama coming out of the Garden State, including an update on Dolores' relationship with her boyfriend David, who she had previously said she would need a commitment from before moving into his new house with him.
Maybe propose isn't on the table for me now. Like, I'm talking more commitment, like name on the house. Like, if I'm leaving my home and moving in with him, I would want a little bit more than just, hey, that's my girlfriend. I don't need to live with a guy, and it's okay for anyone that does it, but I would like more. That has not happened, and the house is done. But David has not moved in yet. He still lives with me.
Would you give him an ultimatum?
No, because I don't feel like I have to. Ultimatums never work. If you have to tell someone to do the right thing, I don't want it.
So his house is done, but he's not.
I know, yeah, boy. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm not ready to go yet. Maybe he doesn't want to go.
Also, moving is terrible.
Well, it's all done.
It's done.
Yeah, but like you gotta get just pack your bag. No,
He's got to. No, it's all. Everything will be done for David. I'm that girl. It's taken care of. But he's like going through one paper at a time in his office. That I can't touch that. And he's like, oh, when this is done, I'll move in.
Very slow process.
Yeah.
What do you make? I'm so curious about this. When other housewives or husbands joke about you and Frank still sleeping together, does that annoy you or is it funny to you?
It's funny to me. I know the crowd I'm with. Like we talk to each other like this way, and it's nothing personal.
They have an amazing relationship. They just, they love each other, but like in a friendly way, which I got over that too, because I used to always want them to get back together, and then I'm like, nah.
Well, we had to get over it as well. So the first time you were here, we're like, how does this work? And then after talking to you a while, we're like, oh, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's all about the kids,
and we became a family. I say divorce isn't the end of a family. It's the end of a marriage. It doesn't have to be the end of a relationship, which is, I see her going towards the same route that we went, and I'm very happy. It's what I wanted for her.
That makes sense.
So when the Joes are trying to set Frank up with the waitress, it doesn't bother you?
No.
It's fun for you?
No, it's
She's hanging out with his new girlfriend. She's 30.
Yeah, you'll see.
Wait, what else can you tease about that?
What else? I mean, this past summer, we celebrated her 30th birthday all together. But watch the reunion. I comment on some things.
You got some things to say?
Yeah, I might have to speak to her before that airs.
On last week's episode, Teresa's brother, Joe Gorga, told Jennifer Aydin's husband, Bill, he kind of put it pretty subtly, that he needs to, quote, bang his wife more because she's sexually frustrated. Then Bill walked away from that subtle and heartfelt advice. We asked Teresa what she thought about that moment.
I think Bill did the right thing.
Yeah.
I would walk away too, because you know what?
It's like none of your business.
Yeah, it's none of your business.
Kind of wasn't that
like,
nice.
Yeah, it's none of your business. Like and I adore my brother, but it's like slow it down with the whole sex thing. It's like keep it to yourself. Like whatever happens in the bedroom should be private. I don't know.
He could say that to Frank, and Frank's a different guy. Like Frank wouldn't care.
Yeah,
but Bill's new and.
Also depends on the type of relationship. You have to earn the right to say that to someone.
Right, and then I think it did. Jennifer said I think one time he did say it, and I think they ended up going home that night and doing it or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe Bill wants him to say it more.
But I guess it has to be in the right time, the right moment, and that whole thing.
Presentation is everything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I think everybody's sex life, it's their business, If
you
want to be tied up, or choked, or get your hair pulled, that's not, your business.
Just in case we want to elaborate on that.
Just for example. Yeah. What else you got, Teresa?
I think that's your business.
Wow. I love that conversation. Still more to come on this season of the Jersey Housewives, which we got the ladies to tease, including who surprised them the most at their already filmed reunion. Watch.
I know who surprised you.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, you. And
you told the other girls.
No, she surprised me. There was a side of Teresa you're going to see that you have not seen. And there's also, we all actually revealed a lot about each other.
You know who surprised me? Andy Cohen.
Yeah,
he
surprised
complimented us at the end. He said
wow,
it was an amazing reunion. So, and I can't remember if he ever did that before.
Oh, wow.
And that's her 10th. This is her 10th.
Yeah, so he surprised
It's the next level even for him,
And there's a lot to come. Dolores, at the end of the trailer from before the beginning of the season, you seem to be fighting with someone.
The mistake is that I have not had your back enough, because as far as I'm concerned, I have.
Who is that to? Can you tease anything about that?
It's not who you think it is. That, it flashes to someone, but it's not who you think it is.
A lot of talk this season about you staying friends with Danielle Staub. Do you ever kind of regret that decision, or do you kind of stand by it?
Well, we're no longer friends now.
Okay, now you're no longer.
Yeah, and you have to watch the rest of the season to see how it plays out. And no, I mean, listen, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader, and I'm not gonna just not be somebody's friend because someone else is telling me not to be their friend. Like, she never did anything to me until, watch the show, you see what she does to me, and then now we're not friends anymore.
What do you make of her going on Watch What Happens Live and saying that she no longer wants to be a Jersey housewife and she'll never be?
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, good for her. If that's what she chooses to do, that's...
Wish her well.
Yes, definitely wish her well.
Is there anything that she could do to get back into your life, or when you're done, you're done?
I mean, whatever. I mean, we did have fun together. She's funny,
Yeah.
and she's like a good time to go out with. You know, she is, and I'm all about that. Like I'm all about like just having fun and smiling and laughing, and that's what it was about.
Attraction in that relationship.
I mean, you know. You'll just, you know.
I'm excited now.
I mean,
You'll understand much better.
You never know what happens in the future, but I mean,
you'll understand when you want.
A good teaser there. But we also had to get the latest perspective on some other news rocking the Housewives world, mainly what their reactions were when they found out that OC Housewives Vicki Gunvalson and Tamra Judge were leaving the franchise.
That was a shocker.
I was shocked about Tamra. Yeah, I was shocked about Tamra. Vicki, I mean, she's been there a long time. Maybe, you know, she was like done with it, you know? I understand Vicki
think
leaving.
Tamra was shocked too.
But I was shocked about Tamra, not Vicki.
Because Vicki's been through a lot, so I kind of maybe
I
saw
figured,
that
like,
coming.
Vicki's probably done with it. She has, like, you know, she has her career and stuff, so I was fine. You know, Vicki, I was like, okay, I get it. But Tamra, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So you were mainly shocked by Tamra?
Very shocked.
Yeah.
Very, very shocked. Yeah.
Ladies,
it goes to show you.
And I
never
really don't
know.
understand.
Yeah, you
like,
never know
do you
what's
guys
going on
escape your
this
time.
season.
You guys know why exactly? Like,
know exactly
we don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Let us know if you find out.
No. I didn't.
Yeah, do you have any speculations?
No, I kind of like.
really don't.
Like I don't really get into. I mind my business.
The
you know?
politics of it,
I
like
wish
we
everybody
stay away
else
from
would.
like those things, but
yeah, like I just.
It just goes to show you just enjoy the time that you're here. It's an amazing thing. I'm grateful for it every day, but you just never know.
Yeah.
And when it's your time, be graceful about it and don't be bitter and be thankful.
For a lot more from Teresa and Dolores, make sure to watch them on The Real Housewives of New Jersey tonight and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Bravo.
All right, it's no secret. I'm so excited for the new season of Survivor to premiere tonight. It's season 40, Winners at War, made up of 20 past winners. It's a big deal. All right, I was on the carpet for the premiere in LA where I caught up with host Jeff Probst and 7 of the winners who will be competing on the new season. I actually got to watch the episode with the winners and hundreds of fans. It was a really cool night. I'm not going to spoil it. You got to watch tonight. And while I was on the carpet, I asked the players why this is the best season yet. Take a look. Why is this the best season yet?
This is the best season yet because it's the best of the best.
You have the best from 20 seasons of Survivor, and they all represent a different way to win. The winners at war, come on.
If you're playing with the best, you gotta bring top level stuff.
And you got old school players like myself, you got new school players like Ben and Nick. So like you get literally, it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica of Survivor unfolding in front of your eyes on national television.
It's monumental. I mean, this is the 40th season of Survivor. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
A lot of backstabbing, a lot of drama, a lot of lying, a lot of strategy. You're not gonna want to blink.
Yeah, and does the queen stay queen?
And the queen will always be queen. The queen's been queen for 10 years. That will never change.
So that's Sandra. She's won twice.
Who do you think, and maybe this is on the spot, who is the favorite for winning this season?
Well, probably Sandra or
Okay.
Boston Rob or Parvati. A lot of those people we saw, but they have really big targets on their back.
Okay.
So it's going to be really difficult
Wow.
to see. I'm so excited.
That is exciting, yeah.
Before I got to talk to Jeff, I wanted to know from the players themselves how they think Jeff would do on this season. Their answers were pretty cutthroat.
Jeff was playing on this season of Survivor with this group. How would he do? Would you align with him? Would you vote him out first?
Oh, I'd vote Jeff's ass out first, even if it wasn't on this season, any season.
Jeff is the #1 threat no matter what. He knows the game better than anyone else, so he has guts to go.
I have some kind of feeling that the executive producer is a little well connected, so I might want to vote him out early.
No, he'd be gone early. He'd probably, I mean, I'm just telling the truth. Jeff's great, and he's really good at games and mind games in particular, but nobody would put up with those shenanigans.
Okay. What about you? Would you align with him or vote him out?
I mean, I think it'd be a lot of fun to play with him, maybe keep him around for a couple episodes, but then he'd have to go.
All right, Jeff. I've asked every person here how they would play with you if you were playing on this season. They all said they were going to vote you off right away. What's your response? I don't know.
That is baloney. I'd like to say something else. I'm not going to be, first of all, I'm not going to be that easy to get rid of. I realize I can't stop them voting. I'm persuasive. I hear Rob right behind me right now, and he's with Amber. I'll have both of them. I just saw Parvati. She likes me more than she wants to admit. And I got Sandra in my hip pocket. Ethan can go home. You're going home. I'm not going home. Or Centineo. We'll vote him out again. again.
Just a little game of Survivor right there on the carpet.
It just happened right there.
Survivor Winners at War premieres tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And we are taking a look at our question of the day. We've been asking you which Survivor legend you'll be rooting for the most this season. So let's see what people are saying. Boston Rob, he won my first season of Survivor. He's very good. Then Parvati. I mean, I'd be happy with any of these people winning. There was also some votes for Tony and Michelle and Yul.
I mean, Boston Rob is like a series favorite, right? Like just across the, I'm not even like the biggest fan, but I'm very aware of who he is. I feel like he's kind of like broken out of just the Survivor world.
And he's a master manipulator.
Yeah.
Tricked me. Anyway, we'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
All right, coming up tomorrow, Kirstie Alley and Lindsay Fonseca join us live. They are talking about their powerful new Lifetime film. It's called You Can't Take My Daughter.
Plus, Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly tell us about their new Disney movie, Zombies 2. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from this supermodel. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Christy Brinkley, and this is One Last Thing. The last TV show I binge watched, The Morning Show. Boy, did I love that show.
You just think I'm gonna do this?
This chair could be yours.
The last book that I read is going to have to be the one that I enjoyed the most that pops into my head is The Grapes of Wrath. The last song stuck in my head, I believe, ABBA, can you believe it? I believe in miracles. Something good in everyone I see.
I believe in angels.
And that's the last time I'm singing on TV.